The oldest person to be able to pass the first class mage exam, Denken is an imperial mage and a long-time participant in the politics of the Northern Plateau due to his high position. Despite his reputation as a cunning and ruthless politician who ruled with an iron fist, Denken is actually quite a personable and friendly man. During the first class mage exam, Denken goes out of his way to be friendly with his party members Richter and Lofen, even well past their team's disbanding. His kindness is also shown in his sternness in demanding Richter not needlessly kill Lawine and Kane during their battle. This sternness is a trait of Denken's leadership. A long time in the Imperial Mages has made Denken tactful and highly strategic when it comes to battle. He's also not shy to get his hands dirty, shown when he's out of mana and willing to scrap in a fist fight with exam participants in order to accomplish his goal. Denken is the first person to figure out Frieren's plan to freeze all the water in the first phase of the exam, and plays around her party's strategy to try and catch them in a trap. With many years on the battlefield and researching magic, Denken's old age does not hold him back in the slightest when it comes to fighting other mages. The man has an exceptional range in magic attacks and defensive skills, able to create giant tornadoes with the spell Walled Ghost, and turn them into hell flames with the spell called Daustorg. Denken tends to create this hellfire tornado often, as he also uses it in his battle with Mocht of the Seven Sages. However, Denken also has highly concentrated spells that hit in extreme speeds, like Catastravia, Lights of Judgment, or, as frieren always swears by, a good old-fashioned Zoltrak. Although Denken is strong and battle-hardened, he is very adept when it comes to mana detection as well. He's very aware whenever he's outclassed or fighting a losing battle. However, if this unreachable goal stands between him and his desires, Denken is the kind of man who will rise to the occasion. In fact, Ciri is impressed enough with Denken to promote him to first class simply because she was able to tell the old man considered having to fight her would be an option. And not many people would even dare to think such a thing. Denken's bravery is on full display when he fights his former mentor, Mocht, one of the Seven Sages of Destruction, as despite Mocht being one of the strongest demons in history, Denken does his best to stay afloat in battle, constantly improving and downloading Mocht's moveset mid-fight, to the point the demon has no choice but to take Denken seriously. A battle that, despite Denken being purely outclassed in and essentially is losing most of the time, he's able to bring it to a draw due to Denken toying with his former master to the very end and hiding his strongest spell for last. As a young child, both of Denken's parents were killed by demons. He spent his days crying and inconsolable until he was raised by the Lord of the Land Gluck and his assistant Mocht. Denken, believe it or not, was trained by the demon Mocht in full confidence, gaining most of his battle skills and spellcasting abilities from one of the strongest mages possible, taking one of the greatest upbringings a mage could ask for and turning it around into military accomplishments. Denken quickly ascended the ranks of the Imperial Mages in search of power and wealth. This is because Denken's wife was born frail and sickly, and if Denken was to be blessed with such power, he should use it to help his wife get the best care possible. Unfortunately, her passing came before Denken was able to obtain enough resources, meaning he lived the rest of his life immersed in a world of reputation and power that the reason he accrued it all for no longer existed. For decades, Denken hid from his hometown until eventually it was overtaken by El Dorado's growing curse and only accessible to first-class mages. Considering this his wake-up call, the only reason Denken took the mage exam in the first place and became acquainted with our protagonist was to visit his wife's grave. And when asking the great mage Ciri for any spell he could possibly want, it's the exact magic Denken will need to fight on even ground with such a powerful demon like Mocht. Denken learns from Ciri the spell Mistilsla, curse reversal magic that normally takes 100 years to learn. A first-class mage in more than just title, but pure character, the power behind a person like Denken is massive, and the multiple years of on-the-ground experience, including a demon mentor, easily explain how an old man could reach such a high level of strength. I don't think it's hard to see why Denken would rank above most other characters on the list. However, I'm sure once they reach his age, they'll be able to give him a run for his money.